What is up, my magic miscreants? Risen Dragon here with another fun deck for you today. And today we're playing a little bit of a net deck. Oh god, they're playing a net deck! Even though I rant and rave about how much net decks suck. Here we are, though, playing a little bit of a variant on this not so skinny Izzet Prowess build. And it's been kind of floating around. I've seen Doomwake play it. I'm trying to think of others that I've seen playing this build lately. But basically, this is a deck that tries to get above the temporary lockdown that shuts down a lot of these small, low-to-the-ground builds. And there are ways that this deck can really come and bite you. And there's a lot of fun things you can do with it. So let's get into it. All right, first, let's look at some of our pieces opt. We like to draw cards. Sleight of hand sets us up. Run a Spell Pierce. I like to run at least one-off counters just to give people the impression that, hey, he's got a blue mana open. He might have a Spell Pierce. I like throwing that psychological element. Stormchaser's Talent to get us some otters with prowess in them. Of course, 3 and a blue when it levels up. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. And then 5 and a blue whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell. Create a 1/1 blue otter and blue and red otter creature token with prowess. Unending Whisper draws a card. We can harmonize and then we exile it if we wanted to. Burst Lightning because we like to deal damage to the face. Torch the Tower because we like to deal 2 damage and exile stuff. A Braid, kind of the same deal. We like to destroy artifacts as well, especially with the synth builds that are out there. This card comes in handy. Cori-Steel Cutter because why not? This does really, really well. Equipped creature has +1/+1 and has trample and haste. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it, and we equip it for 1 and a red. Okay, so that's fun stuff. We're running Frostcliff Siege, and I think I'm going to bump this up to 3. I think I'm going to take out a Torch the Tower and bump this up to 3. But basically, when it enters, you choose Jeskai or Teamer. If you choose Jeskai, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Teamer says creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste. So that is fun stuff. Okay, Haughty Djinn. I'm going to go back to this. This card makes this deck super spicy. Makes it really, really just, it makes it real. I think it makes it a little bit better than some of the other ones that they've dealt with because your opponent has to deal with this in some way or another because and usually we run Teamer just to give our creatures trample and haste. So this card just really is super spicy, and I think a lot of people have slept on it. So I'm jamming it in there. Haughty Djinn, because we like to have our instant sorcery spells cost 1 less to cast. That's kind of irrelevant because we want that first power, which is its power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in our graveyard. This town ain't big enough, and again, with this card puts its work in. It costs 3 less if it targets an opponent you can a permanent you control. That'd be fun if it were an opponent. Return that to its owner's hand. Return up to 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. And then we're running Hearth Elemental with a Sorcery Stoke Genius. Discard your hand and then draw 2 cards. But also too, the spell costs X less to cast, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard that are instant sorcery and/or have an adventure. And Tolarian Terror costs 1 less to cast for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. I really just think with this card and these cards slamming onto the battlefield, it just makes this deck a little bit more dangerous than some of the other ones because your opponents have to deal with the creatures that have trample and haste now. So I think that Frostcliff Siege is a great addition. Sideboard Lithomantic Barrage in case we're up against these white or blue builds. Ghost Vacuum, Sunspine Lynx for life gain builds. Dive Down, Negate, Pyroclasm, Brotherhood's End, all fun cards. I'm going to swap out 2 of these for one of these for Frostcliff Siege. But if you like what you see, please subscribe. If you're new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and a best of 3, so you can see how the deck functions in either one of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the not-so-skinny Izzet Prowess games, kids. We're against From the Darkness for our best of one matchup. This one we can actually work with because we got that right there. Then we can do the cutter into the Storm Chaser's talent. Actually, we can do the cutter into the yeah, we can do that. Let's do this, yeah. Yep. A block with the piggy bank, that's fine. They'll ramp into something here, I guarantee it. Excuse me. Oh, interesting. One more elves. Alright, well, now we can go kind of hog wild on this. So what we can do is... Actually, I don't like you doing that. Do you have a protection? No, you don't have a protection spell. That's fine. Let's do opt. Yep. Cori-Steel Cutter. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Yep. Yep. We'll take that. We'll take that. Yep. Absolutely, we will. We're gonna swing. Okay. I really want to get the Frostcliff Siege out, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. Plundering Pirate, huh? I'm guessing... Oh, breaches. How cool are you? Yeah, that's clever. What we're going to do is this. We're going to bounce you and you back to our hand. We're going to do this. We're just... Yeah, this deck is absolutely insane. There's no way around it. This deck is absolutely insane. Let's go to the best of 3. We're against Heish for our best of 3 matchup. They're debating whether to go first or not. This is not terrible. We go into the Spire, and then we go into the Cutter. Oh, that could be a little bit of a problem, but... We just went up against a... Oh, it's one of them damn Omniscience decks. Yep, there it is. So now we have to, I think, Abuelo, we have to leave that open. I'm gonna opt. Yeah, we'll draw a card. So we have to leave that open. You have to leave the Spell Pierce open. Or is that a creature? I can't remember if that's a creature or not. Okay. Take a braid. Yeah, we'll swing. Temporary lockdown. Yeah, nope. I know what I just did was probably not a good idea. But not sure really what sort of a choice I may have had. Oh, this town ain't big enough is not terrible. Okay, fun. Oh, yep. Yep, temporary lockdown. Not fun. So what we do is this. We do that. We do that. No, actually we don't want to do that. Ready? We do this. Now we do this. Do that. Tap that. Draw that. That's clever. I don't think we're winning this because they'll bring back the Omniscience and then they're just gonna. I'm just gonna watch them play Solitaire for the next 10 minutes while they play out their hand. So, yep, here we go. They're looking at their graveyard. Yep, there it is. Now is that a sorcery? Yep. So now we say screw you, and we are going from there. So we're gonna do Ghost Vacuum. I'm gonna put that in. Yep, because that is what we have to do in this deck. We're keeping it because we have the Ghost Vacuum. That's why we keep it. Didn't hit the Dragon Storm, so we don't want to kind of hit them with their best shot at this point. No, I don't want to put that there. Contemporary lockdown. No, stock up. Okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool, cool, cool. I'm fine with that. That's spicy. Probably the last thing I do, but that's okay. Did you find your lockdown? Day of Judgment, perhaps? Discard, draw 3 cards and discard a card. Okay, cool. Yep. You're probably not going to get there, but it is what it is. There it is. Alright, cool. So, we go 2 and 2 with this. We keep it. So we're actually going to take out Torch the Tower. We're going to put in Negate. Because it looks like, I don't think they're running any creatures. It kind of looked like a straight up, like, combo build. So Negates will probably go well with the Awakening, I'm guessing. There it is. Yep. Have to put the canal there. You're gonna take my temporary lockdown over one thing. Fine. Whatever. That works. Yeah, we have to hold off the negate. until that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Did you find it? Yep. Okay, so now we really have to keep up that negate. And pray that they don't find the... Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, we're not going to negate anything at this point. Because we definitely have to hold that up for the Abuelo. You're looking for it. There it is. I say no thank you. Oh, we get him. Yep, we get him. Take that, you omniscience combo build. Let's go to the post-game analysis. Okay, so this card is actually one that I think maybe some people have slept on in this build. You saw what it did when we did our thing. I mean, that second game, we held on to that negate, we played patiently, played around the things, and we came out on top, and it was actually, this card came in handy. It really, really did. And I'm really excited for this build. I think it's a great addition to the build. I think that certainly people can work around it, and I think that it's really, really awesome. So, yep, I love this build. I love the way it is. Yes, it's somewhat of a net deck, but you swap out a few cards for a card that you're like, hey, this card needs to get a little more attention. I think it's actually a really fun build. So if you like what you saw, please like, please subscribe. As always, my magic miscreants, may you always be on the play. May all your spells hit the battlefield. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.